Hey. All right, so let's talk about this phenomenon of eating 6 to 8 small meals per day. This is a question I get pretty frequently. Should I be eating all of these small meals every day? My general recommendation to people as a coach, and what I've seen with most people, is that no, you should not be eating 6 to 8 small meals per day. And I'm going to give you the reasons why, but I do want to give you a little bit of background in human biology. We were not built to be eating all the time. If you look at humans from an evolutionary perspective, we probably did go long periods of time without always eating. If we had to eat every 2 to 3 hours to stimulate our energy and metabolism, we would all be dead, because food historically has always been very scarce. So here are the reasons that I recommend that my clients do not eat 6 to 8 small meals per day. Number one is that it's not very satisfying. So if I told you to eat 6 small meals per day, you're probably going to eat around 250 to 300 calories per meal. And that's not very satisfying. If you are the type of person who has a big appetite, this is going to leave you feeling deprived all day long. You're never going to feel full. And this is me. Like, I have a big appetite, so I'm always trying to work to manage my appetite, and it works much better for me to have 3 larger meals per day. I feel much more satisfied, especially if I'm trying to cut down and, maybe get a little bit of definition. It is easy to overeat calories if you are eating many times per day. And again, humans are built to seek out food and eat food. Unless you have your scale out, your food scale and your measuring cups out at all times, and you are absolutely positive that you are not overeating for all of these small meals, it is so easy the more you eat, the easier it is to overeat. So it's just much easier to overshoot your calories if you are eating many times per day. The next thing is, I have my little notes here so I don't miss anything. You constantly spike your blood glucose levels. And without going too far into the science, every time you spike your blood glucose, so that's every time you eat, you get a spike in your blood glucose, and insulin has to come up to push energy, that sugar, into your cells. Now, if you are overshooting your calories, the insulin is the hormone that tells your body to store. So if you are overshooting your calories by even a little bit, that insulin spike is going to push calories into your fat stores, push sugar. That energy has to go somewhere. So it's a good thing, but if insulin is chronically elevated, this is what leads to type 2 diabetes. This is what leads to constant, that up and down, sugar cravings, energy swings. So we want to keep insulin a little bit more level throughout your day. And that just doesn't happen if you're eating tons of small meals all day long. And it's a pain in the butt. Eating, if you've ever tried to eat 6 to 8 meals per day, like most of my clients, I can hardly get them to do 3 square meals per day, let alone hey, you have to plan out 6 to 8 meals per day. That's crazy. So it just doesn't work long term. Now, who should consider doing smaller but more frequent meals per day? There's 2 people that I would have consider that. Number one, if you want to gain weight. Yes, I do come across clients, usually men, who are looking to gain weight. Or if it's a woman who wants to put on muscle mass, then I am going to tell her, eat more often, okay? Because that way you're going to get in the protein, you're going to get in the calories that you need to gain some mass, to gain some muscle. The other person that I would tell to eat more frequently is somebody who has a very low appetite. So if you're one of those people who you never really feel like eating, you don't get real big hunger signals, and when you eat a big meal, you feel really overly full, I would say that smaller and more frequent meals would be more appropriate for you, so that you are in fact getting enough of your nutrition in, because people like that, they tend to undereat. So that's my take on this whole 6 to 8 small meals per day thing. I have not, like in my own real world practice, I have not seen that work very well for people. And it's usually peddled by people who are selling things like protein bars or protein powders. So it's somewhere down the line, this whole idea, this approach of small meals 6 to 8 times per day is mostly peddled by food companies, snack companies, and packaged processed food companies that are trying to make money off of this idea that you're supposedly stimulating your metabolism, which is not true. You're not stimulating your metabolism to burn any more calories. You're only causing those insulin spikes to happen all day long. And for most people, it leaves you feeling unsatisfied, hungry, and you end up overeating in the long run. So that's my take. I hope you found this helpful. Have a great day.